Yeah, welcome back to the podcast. Isang mabilisang recording lang bago matapos ang taon. So I just wanted to share the significant things that happened to my life as an artist, an immigrant, and a creative. I think I owed some audience an explanation kung bakit ako natigil sa podcasting. So isa sa uh, mga resolution ko last year na gagawin ko this year, 2025, is to connect with different people to do the podcasting in person para mas, authentic connection. And somehow I did it. So naka-anim tayong episode. So if you got some times, panoorin nyo, pakinggan nyo yung mga episode kong yung mga recordings, yung mga podcast natin together with different creatives dito sa Edmonton. Medyo sinisipon ako. Malamig. So currently, nasa minus 27, papuntang minus 30 ngayon. So, yeah, I look funny, but kailangan. So, at the month of June, I think that's my last podcast which I rendered with Kuya John, a creative, isang artist dito sa Edmonton. At napakarami kong mga na-meet na artist. And just right after that, I think I decided to ease off a bit sa podcasting, and instead of interviewing people, is I am so curious on how the creatives and artists put their jobs or put their works outside. I decided to be an artisan, a market artisan. So I joined different markets and I did some paintings. I started painting last year. I practiced oil painting. Ito yung taon where I paint too much. Dito ngayon, dito sa dito sa art studio ko, makikita nyo, dito sa background ko may mga big pieces. Pero mga latest na gawa ko yan. Anyway, kung pagkasama-samahin ko yung maliliit at malalaki, more or less 20 plus. No, syempre mas maraming maliliit. I did not imagine, or I did not see myself as a visual artist actually. Kung mapapansin nyo, most na mga trabaho ko are digital works. So, hindi ko plinano na magpaint at magpinta at magbenta ng mga arts outside, to join galleries, to join exhibits. But it happened this year. Well, technically, I stopped podcasting, but I still connect with people. It's just that without, recordings and all this documenting. But I think I did it. And I'm still looking forward to this next year. So, ilan lang sa mga nangyari. So, yun, nag-join ako ng mga markets. I joined one of the biggest art gallery, street art gallery exhibit dito sa Edmonton, Canada. For the first time, and I did not see myself to join such an event. At marami tayong nakilala mga Pilipino, mga kapwa natin, mga artist na Pilipino at mga ibang ethnicities din. Tsaka mo siguro marirealize na napakarami palang form of arts and creativity na matututunan mo aside from learning it, using the internet. Minsan mas maganda ding lumabas ka para mas marami ka pang makita at ma-experience na hindi mo basta-basta may experience when you connect using the cloud, the internet. I think I rendered most of my summer times sa pag-join ng mga markets at exhibit. Parati kong nare-receive or parati tinatanong sa akin is, well, nakakabenta ka ba? Well, nakakabenta naman. Pero hindi naman, ito na lang, siguro mas nag-invest ako ngayong taon in terms of expenditures. Mas marami ka pa rin ano talaga, mas marami pa rin akong hugot or gastos. Because isa sa mga natutunan ko, when you wanted to show your brand, your arts, your crafts, is hindi mo maiiwasang gumastos. Well, it's free if you're gonna share it in social media, but depends on your target market. Kasi ako, bala ko talagang dito kung saan ako nakatira, kung saan kami nakatira. I wanted to um, build my name, my reputation as an artist. Naumpisan ko na siya. So, the traction is right there. Kailangan ko lang kailangan ko lang kiskisin at kiskisin pa para mas dumiin yung pagiging visual artist ko. Thanks. So, 3 things that I've learned throughout this year as a visual artist, and actually applicable din to sa lahat ng niche or industry. If you wanted to put yourself outside or put your work outside para mas makilala. So first is surround yourself with things that could make your passion more enjoyable or more exciting. So for example, I buy, sketchbooks, drawing pads, pencils, something na pagdating mo ng bahay, yun ang makikita mo. Kasi kami dito, madalas, of course, trabaho araw-araw, and pagdating mo sa bahay galing trabaho, of course, pagod ka, gusto mo lang kumain, umupo. So, sometimes I put my sketchpad doon sa sala, mayroon akong mga notebook sa sala, may papel, ganun, and then I just draw. No, habang nanonood kami ng balita or me and my wife are having conversation, nag-usap kami, yun, nag-drawing lang, sketch lang, doodle lang. And then eventually, I've decided when I met this Filipino artist group here in Edmonton, madaming mga magaling na artist na painter. I asked my wife to buy me some sets of mga paintbrush para lang. And then ayun, hanggang sa nadagdagan yung gamit, nadagdagan, iba sa pang paintbrush, nadagdagan pa ng isang malaking canvas. That's how I forced myself to love the painting even more. Second is surround yourself with people or a person that could also enhance or help you in pursuing your passion. Yung aking painting, bukod sa misis ko na every time supportive yan. Every market namin, every exhibit, kasama ko siya parate. Kasama ko siyang nakatayo sa tabi ng painting, nag-aantay ng titingin. And kasama ko rin siya nag-aayos ng mga gamit, ng mga stands, ng mga grids, setting up the booth for the market, no. And I am so thankful na nandyan siya parate. And of course, bukod sa kanya, I got my Filipino artist group dito sa Edmonton, and we always push each other. Na every time na may mga exhibit kami, may mga markets kami, we always support each other. And kung sakaling may kailangan kang gamit, pang display na pwede mong gamitin sa work mo, sa gallery mo, is may message ka na lang nila. So may mga iba, they will also critique or advise your work, kung paano mo pa mapapa-enhance or kung paano mo pa mas mapapaganda yung work mo, no. Napakaraming mga magagaling na Filipino artist dito, and very willing to help each other para mas makilala pa yung creativity of the Filipino community dito sa abroad. So pangatlo, I hope I could explain this well. Try to place yourself in an uncomfortable situation or setup, but could potentially help you grow or build up your passion. Parang ano ba, parang facing your fears, ganon. So in my case, nabanggit ko nga, hindi naman ako visual artist. Nagdo-drawing ako, nag-sketch ako, but I never paint in my life. Siguro, no, I lied. Nung no, high school, may mga activities nagpipinta sa pader, ganyan. But after noon, going through college, throughout the years, building my career as a creative, mas na-push ko na ang digital arts. So, I never tried painting until I met this group, until I visited galleries, met some friends sa visual art communities. So, and then, ayun, mapapatanong ka na lang kung kaya nila, kung nakaya nila, siguro kaya ko din. And then, just one day, I just asked my wife to buy me paint materials and I just started. At mukhang nagustuhan ko naman. Medyo hindi pa rin ako pumapalagay. Hindi siya ganoon kadali. Kasi nga, inumpisan ko, sabi nila mahirap daw ang oil. Totoo naman. Matagal siyang matuyo. But as I am doing it, habang umahagod ako, nagpipinta ako, parang tumitigil yung isip mo. Parang wala kang ibang iniisip, nawawala yung mga anxiety mo, yung mga problema mo. Nakafocus ka lang dun sa ginagawa mo. And I think that's the best thing that visual art brought to me myself. So, always saving you from sanity. Always giving you like this different kind of relaxation. Now, so mapapansin nyo, meron akong munting setup dito at sana matuloy-tuloy ko itong gawin. By next year, makapag-invite tayo ng mga ibang guest artist friends natin para mas ma-enhance pa natin yung ating creativity. And I think dito naman tayo nag-start through the podcasting, through connecting with other people. That's why I end up doing visual arts. Well, thank you for listening, guys. At parati ko naman sinasabi at the end of my podcast, keep being Pinoy, keep being creative, at see you ulit next year.